This third and final video on strings. We'll look at this print words from name to Python in reverse order, maintaining the words as unit. Okay, we have this output over here. I'm so sorry. We have this output over here, somewhere here. Okay, so Python teaches Ninard, right? Uh, so that is our aim. Okay, and now how do we get that? So we have reached this point, okay, where we did print the reverse of the string. Okay, so if I run this program again, you will see this is what we get. But the catch over here is if I print the substring again, all right, sub substring. If I run this substring again, you'll see that the substring is not changed, right? Yes, and by this time you shouldn't be surprised, right? That is because you know that strings are immutable, right? So there was never going to be any change in the order of substring. Okay, it was just that we printed this out in reverse order. It was not the actual reverse. Okay, so maybe print reverse would be quite accurate. Okay, print reverse of string. Okay, now that we have the substring and we know what we have, all right, what do we need to do is we need to somehow save this in a list, all right, and that is where we use the split method. Okay, so substring dot split. This method, what it does is it splits the entire thing, okay, entire string, and it saves it in a list. All right, so since it saves it in a list, we have to assign it to a variable which will then act as a list. So we'll write it as lst1, which basically means list1. All right, and we'll print it out first and see what the output is. Okay, so print. Okay, so let's save this, come over here, clear our screen, run it and see. Okay, so as I said, this is a list. Okay, what is a list? A list is a group of elements. Okay, now these elements can be homogeneous or heterogeneous, meaning they can be of same data type or different data types. It does not matter. Okay, list is a very popular data set because it is mutable, meaning it can be changed. Okay, any changes that you made to list are permanent. Okay, you can change it many a times. All right, it can hold homogeneous. It can be used to hold heterogeneous data. Okay, and that is why it is very famous. Okay, and again then you have the number of methods that come in along with the list itself, which you can apply to for processing. Okay, so now that we have our list, what we can do is we can reverse it. Okay, so as you saw with this substring, we reversed it, but it did not maintain the order, right? Let's try it with list. lst1, we have the same colon, okay, and we have the same reverse. All right, and after that what we do is we just simply print our list. Okay, so we just check if our order is actually reversed. Okay, so that is strange. Okay, my mistake, sorry. We have to use reverse, I guess. So this is not the one dot reverse reverse method. Well, if this does not work, I have embarrassed myself on the internet, and I'll edit this out. Okay, but thankfully it did. So I'll keep this because even teachers do make mistakes. Okay, so I'm not ashamed of it. I'll keep it. Also, I'm lazy to edit this out. Okay, so Python teaches Ninad is basically the reverse order. Okay, in which so you see this method reverse, which comes in with this list data type. Okay, this object. What it did was it reversed the order and it saved it to that particular list. Okay, so what happened was the list that we had originally is not now in reverse order. Okay, but our job now is not done. Okay, remember, we do not want a list. What we want is a string. Okay, so we do not have a string, so let's create that particular string s1. Okay, s1, which will be empty initially. All right, and what do we have to do is we have to loop through this particular list and add elements as we go over here. Okay, so let's loop through, let's use a for loop because we know that for loop is very simpler to use. So for I in now we have used range, right? The beauty of for loop is that you can use any data type with it if it is an iterable data type. Okay, what do I mean by that? If there is such a data type like list, which has this elements like 1, which has this if you say index 0, it will give Python, index 1 it will say teachers, and index 2 it will give Ninad, then basically you can give it to for loop straight away. Okay, so for I in LST1 is a perfectly legitimate statement. Okay, for a for loop. Okay, so it can iterate over this particular variable. Okay, right? Why? Because this variable is not a normal variable, it is a list. Okay, for loop can also be used with strings, in which case it will go character by character. Okay, so that is a neat property of for loop. But let's come back to our problem statement. So what do we need over here? We need s1 plus I'll use spaces, plus equal to, and what do we need to append to that? We need to append I, right? And then after having done that, we need to append space. So s1 plus equals, let's add plus equals and a simple space at the end. Okay, so after doing the entire thing, all right, we will have an extra space at the end. All right, if you realize s1 will have an extra space at the end. Okay, so basically the first element will be Python, after which we will have a space, then will be teachers, then we'll have space, and then we'll have Ninad, and then we'll have space. But we do not want the last space after Ninad, right? So what do? We just simply write s1 dot strip, strip. Okay, now instead of strip this method, we could use r strip, p. Okay, what is this r strip? It's write strip. Okay, if you read through this description, returns a copy of string with trailing white spaces removed. Okay, so these are this is a trailing white space. After this Ninad, we'll have one white space, and that will be removed. Okay, alternately you can also use strip, this method. Okay, this can also be used. All right, so after this we'll simply print our S1, and we have successfully completed this program. Let's see that execution and we will be proud of ourselves. Okay, so if we it does show over here, but it's not actually there. All right, somehow it's it's a big it seems like there's this big space, but there's no space actually. So there's no way of actually verifying that the trailing space has been removed. Okay, but then anyway, Python teaches Ninad is the final output that we intended to get over here. Of course, I ignored uh, this one, that is reverse maintaining using words, the fancy thing that was there along with it. I just executed the minimal code. All right. So hopefully you understood these things. To revise once more, what we did was we found out the substring. Okay, with the beginning and ending position. Then we reversed the substring. That was the previous one. I guess we did it from here. Okay, so the substring, we split it first. The split method, what it did was it gave list. It returned the list with, so it returned, if you click on over here, it will say the return is of the substring is a separator. It basically gives a list. Okay, so it gives a list of literal strings. Okay, so whatever are the substrings, the words, a list of those is returned. Then we reversed the order, we printed it, which checked if that was indeed reversed, and then what we did was we gave it to a for loop. Okay, so this is very important. You can also use for loop for iterable objects. Okay, for loop for iterable objects. Okay, so that's one more thing that we have learned. All right, so with that we'll stop. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.